Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. I'm Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me today is Jay Huseman, and we are here for the Las Vegas review of the NASCAR Xfinity series. I'm hoping you had a chance to see this one, Jay.
I did watch this one indeed. Parts of it I watched more than once because it was an intense one. And some things I wanted to have a better replay and see what happened, as there was definitely some action within this race.
There was, and we had a playoff spoiler in this race too.
Yes, Connor Zilisch can be beat, believe it or not.
And it was Eric Almirola dominating the Xfinity race at Las Vegas. And he locks, with his win, he locks the number 19 car into the championship for the owner's points. It was an incredible race-long scramble among the day's front-running trio of veterans. Eric Almirola and young talents Connor Zilisch and Jesse Love ended in favor of the experienced Almirola, but he really had to earn his trophy in Saturday's Focus Health 302 in that first playoff race in the round of 8. In dominant fashion, leading a race-high 107 laps and sweeping all 3 stages, Eric Almirola won the race at Las Vegas for his 3rd win of the 2025 season and his 10th in 132 career starts. Connor Zilisch led 34 laps, but he lost the lead with 9 laps remaining and finished runner-up. It was his 18th consecutive top 5 finish. And that is a record as well. So really a good day for Connor Zilisch, even though he finished in 2nd. And he keeps that average finish of 2.1 kind of in place as well, Jay.
That still just absolutely blows my mind.
It does. The pole sitter, Justin Allgaier, placed 3rd with the number 17 of Corey Day and the 48 of Nick Sanchez, rounding out the top 5. Jesse Love dropped to 6th in the finishing order, despite leading 3 separate times for 22 laps. And we'll talk a little more about that. Ryan Sieg, Taylor Gray, Sam Mayer, and Austin Hill round out the top 10. Then it was playoff drivers finishing outside the top 10. Sheldon Creed finished 11th, Brendan Jones 13th, Carson Cavapel in 15th, and Sammy Smith finished in 20th. There were 15 lead changes among 9 drivers and 4 cautions for 22 yellow flag laps. The average speed of the race was 135.489 miles per hour. And the highest finishing rookie was Connor Zilisch with that 2nd place finish. And we'll talk more about the rookies in this as we continue. The fastest lap bonus was Connor Zilisch on lap 100 at 30.442. The race lasted 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 31 seconds. And the margin of victory for this one was 0.696 thousandths of a second. So your thoughts here about the top 10, Jay?
Well, other than you saying Eric Almirola won the race, if you watch that race, it could have been one of, I'd say, 5 to 6 different drivers. Did come out to be Eric Almirola, had a great battle with Connor Zilisch. I know there was some contact, and we're going to talk about that in Hot Topics later tonight. Justin Allgaier had some comments on that. He finished 3rd. So congratulations, Eric Almirola. We know what Connor Zilisch is doing, average finish of 2.1, is continuing. Justin Allgaier, I think, was the driver on the move in those final closing laps. Some of that might have been the door-to-door hard racing of Eric Almirola and Connor Zilisch that allowed that. But then you also had Corey Day and Nick Sanchez. And Nick Sanchez is one there at the end, thought had his car on point and really could be the ultimate spoiler as a rookie and as a no longer a playoff driver. But then right behind him, you had Jesse Love, who had led 3 times for 22 laps. It seemed like more than that. He certainly had the car to beat during one stretch. I know him and Sanchez had some words post-race. But you also had, again, like I said, that's 5, 6 right there. I don't know that I saw anybody else really show that they could, even being up front. It was for a short time period. But those 6, I really felt like did have a shot at winning or had the best car for a stretch, and another team caught up to them, or the pit cycle or whatever. So I thought it was a really good race. As the fans want to say, oh, there isn't racing at the front of the field. You saw it. That was it. While I was watching that, that's what was in my mind. Is I better not hear anybody come Monday say there wasn't racing at the front of the field.
Yes, there was. Okay, the other rookies, William Sawalich, your guy, finished in 12th place, Jay. Carson Cavapel, a playoff driver, in 15th. Daniel Dye in 17th. Christian Eckes in 18th. And Dean Thompson had that 28th place finish. The rookies continue to have pretty good showings throughout this season. But we did have a few drivers that had some issues. Did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, with William Sawalich, and again, right now, 12th place finish, obviously very, very improved over the first half of the season. He had gotten up. I know it was road course racing, but mixing it up in the top 3, battling for some wins. I really thought maybe it was going to be an even bigger spoiler come this last stretch of races, but it is good to see he is right there, as you mentioned, just outside the top 10. And again, we're talking about the playoffs, the top drivers battling for the championship should be in the top 10 theoretically. And we saw that. So, but again, Taylor Gray and Nick Sanchez, the other 2, aside from Connor Zilich. Again, the rookie discussion always kind of gets overlooked because it is all Connor Zilich, as it should be, just phenomenal at what he's doing. But behind that, there is a really good rookie battle.
There really is. All right. Now, 3 drivers did have some issues. I will tell you, there were 27 drivers finishing on the lead lap. The rest finished a lap or more down. Thomas Annunziata finished last. He had a transmission issue that took him out of the race on lap 68. It was a suspension issue on lap 84 that took out Mason Massey. He finished 37th. And then also with a transmission issue, Jeremy Clements was out on lap 146, finishing in 36th place. So from, like I say, 27th to 35th, those drivers all finished the race, although there were a lap or more down.
Well, but even that, take 35th place, which is Joey Gase, 196. That is only 5 laps off of the lead lap. So 35 cars within range. Everybody else was 2, maybe 3 laps down. I think we're getting to see more and more of that, especially at the Cup Series. Yes. But that was really great to see here in the Xfinity Series as well.
All right. So do you want to cover the point standings?
All right. So with that shuffle up, Connor Zilich, I don't think is locked in, but has a 38-point gap as we go into Talladega with 2 races now remaining in this round. Justin Allgaier, second at 30.86. Zilich is at 31.24. Is again 38 points back. Then you got another 24 points back is Jesse Love at 30.62. This is where it gets interesting, tightens up a little bit. Sam Mayer from 3rd to 4th, that's another 12 points back. Sam Mayer has that position. And again, without winning, it's the top four that lock in without anybody winning to lock themselves in. So 5th, Brandon Jones is 8 points behind Mayer. Then Sheldon Creed is another 13 points back, which would make him 21 from the cut line. That's a lot, again, going into Talladega. If you listen to his interview, rather interesting. Carson Cavapel, only 1 more point behind that. Sammy Smith, 2 behind that. So you're talking just outside of 20 points. Is it impossible? Absolutely not. It could be made up in the early stages at Talladega. If you get those stage points and get those 10 points per stage, up to 10 points per stage. So again, that can be made up, but you don't want to be in that position. I'll tell you that. Sammy Smith and Carson Cavapel or Sheldon Creed, both talked about that. Clearly not the position they wanted to be in. They know they're not out and there's no hope but win only. but it's not where they wanted to be.
Exactly right. They were hoping to be on top of that cut line. This is the time of the playoffs that we have 4 above and 4 below. And I think it's interesting. Justin Allgaier is 38 points back. He has 38 playoff points. He would be double that number without all those playoff points. So I'm thankful that he
That's
did
true.
has what he has. And then, Connor Zilic has 71 playoff points. So that makes it pretty hard for anybody to catch up with him.
And I will say this him finishing second here at Las Vegas in this first round, it doesn't mathematically lock him in where he can coast through Talladega and Martinsville, but it puts him in a good position. And I think that goes back to, what he's done in the regular season all year long, is he's getting his reward for it, as he should. So I was happy to see that it wasn't already a guaranteed lock after one race. And I thought it might be with like you mentioned, 71 playoff points built up, and you run second in the first race. I really thought he might be locked in, but that also tells you how tough the competition is, because Justin Allgaier finished third right behind him. Jesse Love was sixth and was in the mix. So They're not stretching it out over him a whole lot.
Well, and unfortunately, with Eric Almirola winning, none of the playoff drivers have that win, and they're in early in the playoff round.
And that is also true. I don't know if that adds to it or not of that, because if you think about it, if somebody wins of the top 8 other than Connor Zilic to lock themselves in, that actually would probably lock Connor Zilic in based on points, because one driver will make it in on points. And depending on which driver were to have won it, I think it could have then locked him in, especially if it had been Justin Allgaier or Jesse Love of the top 2. Because I think then he has a 75-point lead, just short, 74 points over Sam Mayer. I think he would have been the one to lock in on points. So I'm kind of glad it played out the way it did.
Yeah, and keep in mind, too, Eric Almirola is competing for a championship as well. He's competing for the Owners' Championship for Joe Gibbs.
And I'll tell you how important that is. Good news, bad news, if you will. They are going at it very hard, because I think Eric Almirola is now in for Martinsville and Phoenix races, and Justin Bond Sr. is not. They were originally scheduled as Bond Sr. races, not Almirola. But with going after that Owners' Championship, they're going with the experience of Eric Almirola.
And another bit of news here, Connor Mozak is going to be in for Matt DiBenedetto for the last 3 races. So that's kind of interesting as well.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that as well. I so hate it for Matt DiBenedetto. I've always liked him, just never seemed to find the right spot long enough to really click and make things work. But also, just like with Eric Almirola and Justin Bond Sr., the good news, bad news, we know that Connor Mozak is an up-and-coming driver, and getting the opportunity, I am happy for him as well. Yes. It's that good news, bad news. Somebody's in, somebody has to come out.
That is true. Okay, so do watch for more coming soon. We have 3 reviews that we're doing this afternoon. The next one up, of course, is going to be the NASCAR Cup Series out at Las Vegas. At 10 o'clock Eastern time tonight, we have our live stream of Hot Topic Sound Off with Chris and Jay. And we are definitely looking forward to talking about the hottest topics from the weekend of racing. And then later on this week, first of all, let me just say, we do have a live stream available for fans to interact with us during that conversation. And we love it when people join in the conversation with us throughout that live stream. So we hope to see you there. Then later on this week, Jay and I will do the preview shows for the races that are coming up out at Talladega Super Speedway. And that is for NASCAR's top 3 series, the second race in all 3 series for the round of 8. And so the tensions are mounting as we wind down to the final 4 drivers to compete for the championship at Phoenix. On Friday, Taz and I will sit down and do the fantasy report, help you with your fantasy picks going into Talladega. And that's going to be interesting because I think it's like throwing a dart to try to figure out who's going to win those races. But we'll do our best based on the statistics. And then we'll be back on the following Monday to rinse and repeat. So, Jay, anything you want to say before we go?
I'm going to give a little bit of what may come for tonight's Hot Topics discussion. On Jayski, under the Xfinity's page, says NASCAR warned 2 Xfinity teams about discussing the points situation on the radio with their drivers during last weekend's race. I knew they were going to talk to them, but I thought it was as a garage as a whole. Apparently in the Xfinity, 2 teams specifically got talked to. So that's kind of interesting.
Well, I think they talked to the 2 teams, and then they did talk to everybody about
now,
this.
I know it's been a sport-wide discussion, but yeah, apparently I got to look who these 2 teams are. Let me see real quick.
They're not telling you who the 2 teams are.
Oh, come on!
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. It doesn't.
That's
NASCAR did not cite the 2 teams that were warned. Huh.
So
well, we can discuss that. We can speculate on that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I do appreciate that, and I hope people do tune in for our Hot Topics Sound Off discussion. But I want to take a minute just to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we especially like the interaction, whether you're interacting on the live stream or any of the videos that we post. We do see each and every one of your comments and respond. So thank you for those comments. And I guess we'll see you in the next video.
All right.